What up, people? Knowledge here. You know, a lot of people are pissed off right now at the comedian Lil Duval for his comments that he made on the Breakfast Club the other day. And he basically said, you know, if he's tricked by a transgender and he finds out that, you know, they once were a man, and they take away his ability to choose whether he wants to still mess with, you know, that transgender or not, you know, he'll kill him. And you know, a lot of people got upset about that. The transgender community, you know, is going after the Breakfast Club and Lil Duval. But you know, I mean, I can't be mad at Lil Duval, you know, because I'm looking at it, you know, if I was involved with a chick, you know, I met a chick somewhere and come to find out she got a dick, you know, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I might kill your ass. So, you know, I totally understand where, you know, he was coming from with that. And, you know, a lot of people saying, you know, he's a, you know, displaying hatred or nothing. No, he was basically just giving his opinion. Now, in today's time, you know, you really don't know who's who, you know, especially out here in LA. You know, I mean, it's all kind of gay people and transgender and everything. So you don't really know who's who. And I don't know if you guys remember that chick, Cindy Starr. Now, when I saw her, and I mean, this damn transgender looked like a woman. I mean, had titties, ass, you know, the features we even saw. Nobody couldn't have told me that wasn't a woman. But when I saw Cindy Starr and I found that she was a dude, I was like, you know, can you really trust anybody out here? You know, so, you know, I totally understand where he's coming from. Now, you know, me personally, I can't say what I do. You know, I don't know how I'll kill a transgender. I definitely beat the shit out of him. But, you know, I don't know if I'll kill him. But I totally understand where he was coming from with that. Because when you lie and you say, you know, I'm a woman when you once were a man, or you say that you're a man when you once were a woman, and you take away the ability for somebody to make that decision for themselves, whether they want to keep, you know, indulging with you or, you know, going about their business, you do a disservice to that person. And just like he was saying, you know, a lot of times that can cause, you know, mental issues. You know, you might start questioning your sexuality. So, you know, I can look at it and see how someone can be disturbed about that and might go to the point of killing someone. Now, you know, you somebody out here like Mrs. C, where you know you're dealing with a transgender, but you still, you don't want to get bopped off in the car and act like you didn't know that was a transgender, act like you're not out here picking up transgender prostitutes. That's a whole nother story. And in my personal opinion, you know, I think some of these transgender people out here that are misguiding people when it comes to their sexuality, I think they should face legal charges. Because the same way, you know, everybody out here, you know, going after Usher for the whole STD thing, and you had that, what's that crazy ass dude, what's his name, Charlie Sheen, he was out here smashing a whole bunch of bras, you know, giving them an STD and shit. Hey, if that's a crime, then it should be a crime to misguide somebody about your sexuality. Now, me personally, I don't give a damn what you want to do to your face, you know, or your body. If you want to be fucking Doink the Clown, I don't give a shit. You know, that's your own personal decision. You know, you want to spend your money on it, whatever. But when you go out and you mislead people and you potentially cause that person to have, you know, certain mental issues or start to question certain things about themselves, then, hey, you need to face legal charges for that. But, you know, I mean, that's my 2 cents on it. You know, I'm not mad at Lil Duval. I think the transgender community needs to chill out on him. You know, I mean, he doesn't, you know, really pander to you guys group anyway. His comedy is not even on y'all stuff. So, you know, leave that brother alone. You know, he was on the Breakfast Club. He basically said how he feels, you know, and I find it funny how, you know, everybody can say what they want to say, but when a black man comes out and has the opportunity to speak how he feels about things, you know, it's an uproar. It's like, you know, we got to tap dance and we got to say and do everything everybody else wants us to do. And the minute we don't, you get hate mail, you get death threats and everything else that comes with it. But I'm out, man. You know, leave that brother alone.